I'm Nicole from Blooming Bathtub, and I'm here to talk to you about product packaging today. We're on Long Island, and we are getting ready to go to a bunch of craft fairs for spring. And I wasn't loving the way my products were looking. They weren't popping. They were kind of dull. So I decided to spruce them up a little bit. And hopefully you guys like the ideas and you can get some inspiration for your own packaging. Excuse me, I'm like a marble mouth today. So the first thing I want to talk about is soap. This is my coffee soap, my Kalen's clay soap, and my lemon basil and mint soap. What I did with these is I used soap bands on them. These are all glycerin soap, so anyone who makes glycerin soap knows that you have to wrap it in an airtight packaging, otherwise it sweats a lot. And it gets like some funky beading on it. It's not pretty. But what I did was I got this really pretty paper from Michael's or a couple other stores, and I made my own wraps. They're 1.5 inches wide, and this label right here is made of cardstock. Labels and I have a love-hate relationship. I wound up having to make a custom label for almost everything I label, and they just never line up the way I need them to. So I've decided to not make any anymore, and I just make them out of cardstock, and I use double stick tape or glue dots to put them on. The good news with doing it this way is you can fit as many labels on a page as the page is big. So, you know, if the page is 12 by 12 and you're making 1-inch labels, you'll get 12 labels per page. So, which is a great idea. I know that they're all different colors, and I do that for a reason. When you go to a craft fair, my soaps, particularly mine, are in baskets. When someone asks, "Oh, do you have that coffee soap, or do you have this?" I said, "Oh, yes, the one in the basket with the black and white label, or the green label, or the pink and orange label," so that they can find it easily, and so that I know what it is. If I'm looking from afar, I can just tell them. It works for me. May not work for everybody, but it definitely works for me. I basically attach the wraps that I make with glue dots, and I'll show you what I use. It comes out like correction tape, you know, the old correction tape. You tape the cap off and you just write across, and glue dots come off, as many or as few as you want. And the paper that I use to make my labels, I will show you what it is. Let me put this to the side. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the booklets from Michael's, but they are full of paper. They're beautiful. They usually run about $20. There's 48 sheets of paper in here. For my wraps, they're 1-inch wide. I can get 12 wraps out of one sheet of paper. You have to see the paper. They are just beautiful, and they are expensive looking, and they're good quality. So anytime you wrap anything in these, they are going to look just spectacular. So there's a little sneak peek, and this is just one book. I mean, they have so many different books of different patterns. This one's a little sparkly. I think this one's one of my favorites. You can find these books other places other than Michael's. I actually paid $5 for this. I got it at like a closeout store or something, and they had a bunch of them, so I bought all that I could, all that I could grab. So here they are. Those wraps look beautiful on here, and they really make your, if you want top dollar for your products, you have to make sure they look like it. So on to the next item. This is my oatmeal milk, honey, and lavender milk bath. Let me turn the camera up a little bit because I want you to be able to see the whole bottle. Isn't that pretty? It's got this label on it that is, again, made of cardstock, and I just cut it with that Fiskars cutter. Okay, I'll show you all the way around. They're just beautiful. And then back here, I usually put a label, but again, all my labels are not on right now. I just wanted to get the video done. You can either buy the top for this, or you can put a cork in it. I chose to put a cork in it. I thought it looked a little cuter than just a plastic top. I took the cork, I just took a piece of tulle and literally just tied a piece of tulle around it and put it in there. So that, you know, whoever gets it is going to need something to grab, because these corks can get really wedged in there. And, you know, you can't exactly open it with, you know, a wine bottle opener, you know, or a corkscrew. And then I put a pretty bow on here with some double-faced satin ribbon. And I think it just looks beautiful, and my customers love it. So, let's put this back down. I'm going to move this to the side. The next thing I wanted to show you is my whipped coconut oil. These are my labels. This one is going to look just like this one with that nice scalloped edge, except my my paper punch hasn't come in. The way I do these labels, again, I do not mess with labels because they just don't line up. So I print them on paper, on cardstock, just like this. And then I use a 2 1/4 inch paper punch to cut it out. Whoops. I am just not organized. 2 1/2 inch paper, 2 1/4 inch, excuse me, paper, scallop paper punch. Okay, that's the bottom. And you literally just line up your paper, you know, and you just punch them out 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's really, really easy. Punch, 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 you're done. And I attach these with some double stick tape or glue dots, depending on what I have. So that's that. And on the back, the one sticker I do use, and you'll see it on my bath bombs, is a clear sticker. It's the only one that I don't have a problem with. It's a clear sticker, and I have all the ingredients, the directions for use, and all that on there. All my, you know, business information and everything. So that's that, and they look really pretty, and they match everything else. So on to the next item. These are my Bath Fizz bags, my tea bags. This is my Lavender Vanilla Bath Fizz. This is a bag topper, and I'll show you the bags that I use. These are the bags that I use. They have a top on them that you can just peel off, and you fold it, and it'll stick right on there. So my Bath Fizz is in tea bags. They're in these big, giant tea bags, and I'll show you what they look like. They look like this. One end is open. I put 2 to 3 scoops of Bath Fizz in there, seal the top, and then people can just drop them in the tub, and when they're done, they can just pull them out and throw them in the trash, and they love the ease of it. So, these are fairly cheap. I think I can get like 200 for $5. They're really economical. And then for the bag topper, what I do is I made that out of cardstock as well. This is the front. This is the back with the ingredients and directions for use, and, you know, tub may become slippery, and my business information and all that. This measures 4 3/4 this way by 3 1/4 this way. So if any of you wanted to make them, you can make them to fit your bags. I'm not really sure actually what size this bag is, but I can measure it for you. This bag here is just a little over 4 3/4 inches wide. So this actually fits perfect. Sits right on top, and it fits perfectly. Because as it gets pulled out, it shrinks this way a little bit. So there it is again, my Vanilla Bath Fizz in my hang tag package. And you could, if you wanted to hang them, you could move this down a little bit and put a hole right there so you can hang them on a rack. All what works for you. So that's my Bath Fizz. And last but not least, I have my bath bombs. This is my Lavender Mint Bath Bomb. It's in a lavender organza bag. And this is the same exact tag that was on my coconut oil whip. The only difference is on the back. Remember I told you about that clear plastic label? There it is. It's got all the ingredients there. And it's clear and it looks great. And I'll show you how I did this, how I wrapped it. Bath Fizz, or Bath Bombs rather, I always wrap in plastic because, you know, it would just be my luck that I would be at a craft fair and it would start pouring. And I would have an entire table full of fizz, fizzing all over the place. That's just my luck. Okay, this one happens to be like a bee mold. So you pop it in here, you wrap it in plastic in a shrink bag. That's what it is. I tape it a little bit and I shrink it. And then you put it in your bag. Pull the string shut. I made a hole in my label and I put the string through it. So you're going to put that there like that. And then you're just going to tie a bow. And it looks super cute. People, when they go to craft fairs, they love beautiful packaging. Actually, I shouldn't say that. When they go to craft fairs, if they're on your website, they love beautiful packaging. You can have like a so-so product, but if the packaging looks great, they're going to want it. So, there's my, there is my bath bomb. I just lost my train of thought there. There's my beautiful bath bomb. And this is the larger one. And they both look great. And let me tell you, when they're in a basket and there's like 20 of them in there, it looks even cuter with all these little tags and stuff on them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope that you guys can use some of my ideas. I'll show you one more time. I'll give you a little peek of everything. So we have the bath bombs. We have the creams. We have the soaps. Oop, we'll move those back so you can see. And we have the Bath Fizz. I think they tie nicely together. Let me know your opinions. I would love to know what you guys think of my packaging. And I can probably get a better shot of this if I move the camera. There we go. Now you can see everything together. It ties together nicely. It's a little bit different from everyone else's. And it looks pretty sharp. So again, let me know your opinions. Let me know if you like my video. And let me know any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great day. Bye-bye.